Just got a little oat milk latte at Starbucks. Nice little treat on my 0 day. Hey guys, so today was a really busy 0. I definitely didn't get to relax as much as I normally like to. That's okay though. We woke up and got some coffee, which was such a nice treat. And then we went to the Apple store, which took forever. Literally, we were at the Apple store all day because my phone ran out of storage and nothing was uploading to iCloud. And so just all these hurdles for these videos, but it's okay, it's worth it because it's so fun. And eventually, after many, many hours, we got everything working. So that was a win. And after that, we went to REI. I got a new pack, I got new shoes, and I'm adding a stove to my gear setup. So I got a new pot, and a few other essential things from REI that I needed.
Are you guys already at everything?
Yes. Oh yeah, these good, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just tried them on with my, yeah. Yep. Then we went to Walmart and I resupplied. It contains wheat and soy ingredients. Oh yeah, and then we came back and did some laundry. So I still have so much packing up to do. So since there wasn't that much footage from today and it was all just pretty much town stuff, we thought it'd be fun to do a 0 day Q&A. So we just found some comments from the videos. Thank you so much for all your questions and comments. And if we didn't get to your question, hopefully I have replied to it, or I will be replying to it soon. So yeah, let's get into it.
It is day 27, 0 day in Albuquerque, and we're gonna do some Q&A from subscribers and commenters on YouTube. First question, this one is from Magic Horseman, Lily, who's one of the best commenters on your page, Jude Oliver, and Karen Wallace. They all want to know about your pack, because the pack that you have on the CDT is not the same pack that you had on the PCT.
Okay, so on the PCT I carried a Z-Pax Arc Scout, which is pretty much like a Z-Pax Arc Blast. It's just a little shorter and smaller. I really loved that pack. But on the CDT, I made like a last minute decision to switch to a pack that I already had at the house that I just had as a spare, which was the REI Trail 40. I picked it up at an REI garage sale for like $40. So I had it and I just felt like trying it out because I felt like the water carries were gonna be pretty heavy, and I was kind of annoyed at my Z-Pax bag because it like has started to fall apart on the inside, which is totally normal. I think they're only like supposed to last one thru hike, and I've used it so much. I used it for my entire thru hike on the PCT in 2018, and then so much like on every other trip I've gone on since then. So I still love Z-Pax. I would order another backpack from them. I just felt like it might take a little too long, and I made the decision to switch last minute. So I've been carrying the REI Trail 40, and it's right here. It still has some of my stuff in it. It's been really great. I believe it is 2 pounds 14 ounces, so almost 3 pounds, which is pretty heavy compared to my Z-Pax, which was like a pound. But I like that it like opens all the way up, and the zippers, like I can like open up like a little hole and like reach in. It's been big enough. If I have like on my when I carried 7 days of food, which has been my largest food carry so far, I put the tent on the outside, just like in these like straps. And the only issue with this pack that I've had so far is that the hip belt is not cinching tight enough now. I think I like have lost like a tiny bit of weight, not much, but just enough to make it so now the pack is resting more on my shoulders than on my hips, and that's been uncomfortable, especially with the 5 liters of water that I had to carry out of Grant's. All the weight being on my shoulders felt like a lot. So now that we're in Albuquerque and I got to go to an REI, I thought I may as well like look at the packs and see if there's one that might work, since the hip belt is too big. Okay, so now I'll talk about the pack I just picked up, which I don't even know what it's called. Lumina 45. So this is an Osprey Lumina 45 pack. It's really light, and the hip belts, like there's a lot less padding on the hip belt. I've never carried an Osprey pack before, but when we weighed it down with like 25 pounds in the store, it felt like there was like nothing on my back. This pack is lighter than the Trail 40, which I like. It was 1 pound, 12 ounces. So that's awesome. And even though it's a 45 liter, actually, since it's an extra small size, so its capacity is actually only 39 liters. So I'm kind of nervous because I was getting annoyed, like having to shove so much. I'm just like always trying to push and squeeze my stuff into my bags. Like I've always just had a small bag, and it would be nice to have some extra room, but the pack that fit the best and that was the lightest and that I like the most has a little less space than the pack I'm carrying now. So we'll see how it works out. I got some small little carabiners so I can maybe strap some things to the outside. But I'll update you guys on how this pack works out and compares to the Trail 40. So hopefully that answered the question about the pack that was very long. It could be a video in and of itself.
Awesome. All right, next question is from Karen W., who's also a prolific commenter, and Gail Walker. And their question is, has it been getting cold at night on the CDT?
It has definitely been getting cold at night. I think there's only been like 2 or 3 nights where I was like hot or warm. Other than those nights, it's been cold, and I've actually started sleeping in my rain gear in addition to like my night clothes and my puffy and then my rain gear. And I've actually been a lot warmer. So definitely a handful of nights below freezing where I've had to put my Sawyer in my bag. But yeah, cold at night.
All right. Next question is from Jody Dressage and Sarah Sedimo. And they both want to know, how are you able to do a thru hike as a vegan?
Well, I think that there are enough options in town to like find vegan food. You know, like I think some staples are the soy sauce top ramen, tortillas, bagels, like vegan mac and cheese. Sometimes you can find that in the store. And just like there's a ton of different bars and treats that you can eat as a vegan on trail, and then trail mix and nuts. So it's just a little trickier, and then you do feel like, or at least I have felt like I'm missing out a little bit on, you know, ice cream in every town or pizza in every town, because not every town has vegan ice cream or vegan pizza. But I don't know, as far as being vegan on trail, it hasn't been too challenging. I think I am trying to get it right. I think my body wants less sugar, sometimes it wants more sugar, and I'm still trying to figure all of it out. But overall, I think there are enough options out there to be vegan on trail.
All right, awesome. Next question is from Natalie Smithson.
Okay.
Are you scared of COVID-19 on the trail, both for yourself and potentially for others?
I am definitely have felt nervous about it. I am glad that masks are pretty much required in towns. So when I'm around anyone that's in a small community, I generally have a mask on, and that makes me feel a little better about coming into these small town communities, and I try to be really good about sanitizing my hands. And then as far as on trail with other hikers, I think that, you know, we're generally 6 feet apart and the wind is blowing and you're outside, and so I haven't really felt too nervous about it. I also have had one shot of the vaccine, so before I did that before the trail. I'm hoping to get my second shot while I'm on the trail. We'll see if I can make that happen.
All right, next question is from Fanny Pack 96. What software do you use to edit videos?
Okay, this is a quick one. I use iMovie. Just on my phone, I take video on my phone and then I upload it into iMovie, and that's what I use.
All right, awesome. All right, so I'm gonna finish with 3 questions from Anita B. Anita left a comment recently on the day 15 video with just so many questions. It probably had 18 questions in one comment, so I picked the best 3. All right, so first one, how do you occupy your mind on trail?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think that if I'm in a lot of pain, if I just have miles to make and I have to keep going and I really don't want to think about the walking that I'm doing, I like to listen to audiobooks. And I really like doing that. But I don't want to spend all my time out there and occupy my mind all the time, because I don't feel as present if I'm just listening to audiobooks, even though they can, being present for me can go hand in hand with listening to audiobooks. Sometimes they complement each other, but I like to listen to music, and I think that sometimes that helps me be present. I end up thinking about how beautiful everything is a lot. I just look around and I'm just thinking about nature and just how amazing, I don't know, the colors are, the smells, or just especially if I've had to work really hard to get to the top of a climb, then I just feel really grateful, and yeah, but there is a lot of time out here to think, and it's just kind of, I think that you choose what you want to think about in any given moment.
Please share how you got into backpacking / hiking.
Aw. Well, in high school, I ran on a cross-country team, and our coach would take us, a bunch of the team members, backpacking. He had a bunch of extra gear and would just lead trips for like a week or 2 weeks, and it used to be so hard for me, and like the idea of like going on a backpacking trip where we didn't just like have one base camp and then spend the rest of the time day hiking to different places without a heavy pack was like terrifying. Like I never thought I would be able to handle like a backpacking trip where you like move every single night. Little did I know that I would like do that for many nights in a row. But yeah, so it all really started in high school. I just like fell in love with it, and then different experiences throughout my life have emphasized my love for backpacking and for the mountains, and I would definitely love to say more about that if you guys are interested. So let me know if you want like a video on my backpacking journey and all the things I've done.
Awesome. All right, and last question, also from Anita B. What is your reason for hiking the CDT?
I think that it's like beauty. Like that's what I loved the most about the PCT, and it's not always like this wonderful spiritual experience, because it is hard to feel that when you're in physical pain or just like exhausted. But there are just like these really special moments that I'm looking forward to happening, and that have happened here and there on the CDT already, but just where I really feel connected to the beauty in nature, and I just feel like belonging, and I feel alive, and I feel like I'm like closer to living my like best life, like the one that's like most true to my core, my Heidi child of the mountain spirit. So that's why I chose to hike the CDT, and why the CDT specifically is like the big views that I wouldn't get as much on the AT, although I hope to hike the AT someday.
All right, thank you, Stella. This was great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for all your questions and comments on all the videos. It means so much. I do try to read every single one, especially, and then when I do, I either like or reply. And we can do more Q&A videos if you're interested. I tend to like yak on and on, so I don't know how many questions we can get through, but thank you so much for all your questions and engagement on the videos. I really appreciate it. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. See you guys next time. Bye.